My name's Atticus, and as you know, I love music, rock and roll, and I grew up with my father, who was a super car enthusiast. I mean, I remember back when we were kids, me and Angie, we would geek out over my dad's black Mercedes 190E. So that was my first memory of my dad's first sports car. He was probably in his 20s at that time. So imagine, that was a big deal back then in hindsight, for a guy in his 20s. So I remember first time we saw that, my dad would take us around, and we were kids then. We could feel his pride, like he really enjoyed the race car, or at least that Merc. And throughout the years, I grew up seeing my dad pick up different cars, and unfortunately he passed away later on. But his lifestyle was always, he was like a man's man. He loved cars, choppers, guns, anything fast. So when my dad passed away, at this point, I liked cars, but I never picked up one. But my sister Angie was already super, that was their bond. My bond with my dad was music. We'd go watch concerts together and stuff. But when he passed away, that kind of shifted, in a way I wanted to kind of remember him, like having a sports car in the house, just kind of, I don't know, it was like a nostalgic, it just reminds me that, my dad's somewhere around. So I was never like a technical guy when it comes to specs and all that. I just looked for several things, and mostly what I enjoyed was the feel of the car. And of course the aesthetic. First sports car we picked up, Angie and I picked up a 488. So we picked up one, and I was like, wow, this feels great, it looks good, but it didn't have I felt like the balls, right? It's like, it didn't sound awesome, right? When you gun it, it's like, oh, yeah, it's good. But I didn't feel like, man, for such a prestigious brand like Ferrari, I was expecting just more oomph. And that's where the Huracan came in. And I recall I used to draw a lot when I was a kid. I'd always draw the Countach. So it was like my pride to be able to draw the Countach properly. So I've always been a fan, now come to think of it, of the Lambo aesthetic. So yeah, I'll pick this one up, and we were going up the mountain and you could just hear it. That felt visceral. That's exactly what I was looking for. Just that raw, makes you go, yeah, and you want to grip harder and you just want to push harder, yeah. It's a really fun car. I ordered the car. I was deliberate about getting this stealth exterior, black interior, and then a bright interior. In a lot of ways, it's the same aesthetic as what I like to write music or play music. I love rock and metal in particular because the qualities they have, it's like from the exterior you think, wow, this is kind of too in your face. But when you really listen and get into the song, you listen to the lyrics and the music, it's got a lot of energy inside, or pure intention, I would say. In a lot of ways, the car is the same. Outside it looks ominous and kind of in your face, but it feels really good inside. The sound of the car, that's another big one that really sold me. Raw, it feels powerful. Same aesthetic that I look for in my songs. I mean, the music, look for that kind of the bluesy rock tune that really hits you in the gut. So that's what it feels when I take this for a spin. It's got that raunchiness, that rawness that I really enjoy. Edgy. So we run a boutique motel, and one of the biggest things responsibilities there is to design out of these world thematic rooms, right? And in a lot of ways, the car is an extension of that intention, where I'm looking for designs that really push the envelope. And the Huracan does that for me, at least. right? So art on wheels. That's what I like to think. I mean, that's what I like to call it. So.